All right. Welcome to the nether. Wait.
Welcome to Mike's Nether Regions.
Let's hope not. Another edition to the Off the Cuff podcast. In this episode, we talk about who gets to go,
Who stays?
who
and
survives
goes during
together
the apocalypse.
in the zombie apocalypse. Not even zombies.
No, just the apocalypse.
A cataclysmic event
Yeah.
of sorts. Who's going to survive? With whom?
Well, we know who's
Who
going
would
to
you
survive.
take?
You just got to be with the right
Who would you
person.
take? We talk about who we would take, and we also do an interview with the Angery American, author of Going Home series and other such books, post-apocalyptic literature.
Oh, yeah.
And, we're just ourselves, drinking whiskey and
Being awesome.
doing our podcast. Enjoy.
You hear that? What? You hear that? Move. You hear that? What? You hear that? Move. You hear that? What? You hear that? Book. Oh yeah, it's your boy.
Hey.
We are recording.
What's up, bitches? I'm going to do
No, we aren't Joe Rogan
I'm
here.
going to do my...
Joe's going down. Stop it impersonating him. He should be impersonating us.
Yeah,
I like
that's
your
a good
style.
point. Yeah.
Dave, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Black Rifle Coffee.
It looks like whiskey, Dave.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you can go to Black Rifle Coffee and look for the law enforcement line of coffee. And when you purchase that, 10% of the profits of that are going back kindly to humanizing the badge,
Which
on
is-
behalf of Black Rifle Coffee.
Pretty good cause there, and those guys are crazy.
Those guys are goofy guys. I do have my Black Rifle Coffee mug, coffee or die.
And I am a little jealous, even though I would never use it. I am a little bit jealous.
You don't
'cause it
drink
actually looks
coffee?
like it's really nice, good
It is.
quality.
It's just like a little camper
Well,
mug.
you can put
I enjoy
cold
it.
beverages in there. You can
Anything
put chocolate
can go in
milk
here. I did,
in
yeah.
there.
Whipped cream and some hot chocolate.
with the little marshmallows.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Wait.
But today I'm drinking my, Kentucky bourbon out of it. Not sponsored by Bullet Bourbon, but I would love to explore that with you if
Right.
you're listening.
Well, what about the thing I have in my hand? I have something.
For
I have
those-
something. Not. It's not huge, but I have it. It's in
average.
my hand. I'm
It's an
holding
average
on
size
quite tightly
bottle
to it. And
of Brave Energy.
of Brave Energy.
Nano
Yep,
formula.
That's it.
Hashtag for those who dare. Hashtag be brave.
Wow. I didn't know. I
That
because
stunned you.
I can't actually read
That
it. Yeah.
stunned you.
It
You need your
seriously-
bifocals to
yeah.
read it.
Gosh,
All right, so
I am
seriously, guys,
old.
Brave Energy is another one of our sponsors for the podcast. BeBrave.com. This is This is better than 5-hour energy if you need pick-me-ups. It has amazing ingredients in it with a patented formula, honestly, for nanoizing some of the ingredients. It does very, very well. Can double as a pre-workout and a recovery drink because of how it opens you up for hydration. So that sounds really advertising, but the bottom line is Brave is awesome. It is my product, and I use it, and you will too.
I believe the motto is "Don't be a bitch."
That's right.
Yeah,
Brave,
that's
don't be a
awesome.
bitch.
Brave, don't be a bitch.
I like it.
Actually, if that
It's
was
not
the case,
it's not the motto, but we can say that because
Yeah,
it's
we can
my
say
business.
that. That's right.
So I can say what I want.
You know what? It would be hilarious if all of a sudden, like, that was the thing, and people
Yeah.
just went
It
exploded.
just blows up. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Brave drink.
Brave Energy. I'm going to get the bourbon. We are here today on the Off the Cuff podcast under the watchful eye of General Mantis and his. Is that a G17 or G19? Do you think? What do you,
It's obviously a G. So
it's a G.
it is, in fact, a G.
It's Austrian engineering right there.
Right, and he is standing vigilant watch. Matter of fact, it's a little
Almost
intimidating.
judgmental.
I was going to say, which would be quite common for
Well, if anybody,
General Mantis.
If anybody has
obviously.
the right to,
do that.
be critical of the podcast, it is definitely General Mantis.
He may have arrived a little bit later in the podcast series, but man,
Hey, we are going to
quite an addition.
Are you going to get him tattooed on your arm, right, for charity? General Mantis?
I would absolutely do that for charity.
And
yeah,
they're going to
for
pick
sure.
out Elijah and Lee are going to pick out my kids.
Yes,
More than-
right.
They're going to pick out my.
Are we seriously going to do that?
We got to
Okay.
do it, man.
Okay. And
We got to
depending
do it
on how much,
and it would be like literally. I won't even know until I see it. I will
Oh
get
my
tattooed. I
gosh.
will not know what's going on until it's done.
What about mine? Like, do I like? like the best would be like him like all ward up. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
and
sunglasses coming up. Get him
like Uzis, like,
General Mantis airborne.
The cigar,
AR, two ARs,
cigar hanging out of his
cigar
mouth.
hanging out,
Dog tags.
I would kind of actually, and I've weirdly enough because I have a few tattoos, but I've never gotten like a classic. Like sailor-esque type,
like the anchor.
Like those. I think that I've always thought those were really cool looking. Mm-hmm. So it'd be kind of cool to get something like that for General Mantis, but just make him badass too. Like,
I wish
maybe
like
riding a dinosaur.
Dave,
I don't know.
I'm feeling right now in this moment we have got to start some type of.
What would you do
if I sang out of tune? You stand up and walk out on me.
Voice of a song.
Lend me your ears.
I know. Now you can't stop singing it. Okay, sorry. What would you do?
We got to be able to interact with people who are listening. It drives me nuts.
Well, why don't we do live?
We
stuff?
have the YouTube. That's fine. I'm talking about like the people who are.
What would you do?
Cut that off before the copyright violation. Oh, Kenny Loggins. Wait, what?
Well done.
Highway to the danger zone. Who's the other guy that people confuse him with?
Cocker?
Yeah, they confuse Joe Cocker with. He's on the 40-Year-Old Virgin on the TVs.
Oh, I don't know. It's been.
Oh gosh, doggone it! I'm getting old, man.
Son of a Willie.
Well, golly gee willikers.
But to interact,
we need to interact with people who listen, right? On SoundCloud, when they listen to the podcast on SoundCloud, you can comment. Like you can actually do that. Some people do, but it's very minimal compared to the number of people listening.
Oh, I was going to ask. Can I ask you about that because I don't.
I want to be able to interact with people listening because speaking of tattoos, it'd be cool to be like, show us.
Yes.
What kind of tattoos do you have? What's the stories behind them? You know, because tattoos typically have stories, right? I mean, even if it's like I got hammered and woke up with a tattoo.
Yeah, no, totally. It happened to me 3
Is that
times.
the Loch Ness Monster? I don't drink much.
You know what we still need to do? We
What do we
need
need
to
to
do
do?
that skit idea, kilted jujitsu. Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
that would
Kilted
be awesome.
Jiu-Jitsu, Spinetti. We got to bring Spinetti.
See, I
into it.
think
I'm with
kilted
you, man.
jujitsu. Like, I want it to be like an Office-esque video
Yeah.
where it's like
I
this
agree,
guy
100%.
just
I'm in.
Yeah.
these
I
people
agree.
just come in
I
with
got nothing but
kilts.
time, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Be
But he's
amazing.
leaving here and going up north. You know, he's got things to do.
Well, no,
He's important.
Screw my
We were
wife,
gonna
forget
do
her.
kilted jiu-jitsu Friday morning, and I kind of had everything set up. It was gonna be a surprise, but
Oh,
you know,
man.
now you're out of town. So
Hold
what are
on,
we
let
gonna
me
do?
text her.
Well, you know, just push it back.
You
Just
got
push it back.
nothing.
All right,
I want a divorce.
kilted jiu-jitsu over Valentine's Day trip. Hey, if you didn't listen to our Valentine's Day episode, please go back and do so.
Oh, I was going to ask you just real quick about the like iTunes, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I don't know about iTunes as far as commenting. I think that you can because you
You can't. You
in
can do
the
reviews.
review, right?
You can do
So-
reviews, but you can't comment on an episode like and interact with people.
So do you
Gosh,
have
that would
to?
be awesome.
It would be. So well with the SoundCloud,
Uh-huh.
which is actually what I listen. If I'm going to listen to the podcast,
Me too,
you
actually.
know,
Yeah.
it's going to be with that. But I don't see where the comments are. Like I can never find that, and I don't know
Huh.
if I need to like I know I have to have
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah.
you know. So well, I got to maybe figure
There's
that. Maybe,
not
maybe
that
there's
ma-
other
there's
people
not that
like
many,
me that
but,
have that issue. Or
I don't
or
know if
didn't
the
know that you
solution
could.
is like a Facebook group or an online forum, like
Oh,
for
maybe,
a
right?
website, like Off the Cuff Podcast, you know, website kind of a thing. I don't know, but it's something I'm thinking about.
Ooh, that
And,
would be
we're
fun.
closing in on 25 episodes, and
Yeah.
we'll reevaluate what we're doing and
I
how
mean,
we're
we've
doing.
got a
and
fan base of like 400
Million.
Yeah, million.
more
now.
than the population of our country.
Yeah,
which is cool.
obviously.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
because there's a lot of people in the world, and
kind of a
that's
big deal.
We're global now.
Yeah.
You know.
Prestige worldwide.
Are you gonna give us the $10,000 or what?
What's your plan, Dave, in the event of a cataclysmic
I'm gonna bone.
event? Throwback joke. If somebody listens to this episode, they're like, "What?
I know this.
What does that even mean?" You got guys.
You gotta listen. You gotta keep up.
You got to start back at the beginning. So you
got to
got to
keep
call off work and spend 3 8-hour days catching up.
Binging,
Yeah, you got to binge watch,
like your cocaine
binge
issue.
listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the jokes you're just not going to get if you're just picking up on this episode.
And they're doing this. They're coming at you.
coming at you,
Yeah.
right and left.
Yeah. So
Stereo.
In Memorex. Memorex is it live or Memorex?
What's your plan?
Okay, well,
Do you have a plan?
Not today, ISIS. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to spill the beans. Well,
like
let's just say I've got a plan, Mike, and you'll be included. You're included, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you have a plan to come get me.
No.
I have to get to you?
Yeah, you got to get.
Is there
to
a
me.
rendezvous point
You got to get
in the
to
event
me.
of zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, my house.
Don't lie to me. I can't
No.
show up there and not be
Okay,
there.
no, okay, you're
That's
right.
a long way away to go in the zombie apocalypse
Crap.
and not have you there.
That's actually you're right.
I'm on foot, Dave.
You're right. Actually, we're serious right now. Okay. Yeah,
Leave
no.
a note on your door. Sorry, I had to go.
Yeah, no. This is what we should.
A lot of zombies north.
Ooh.
Go west.
Go west. It's all painted in blood, you know. I didn't have to do that. I just decided I wanted to.
Whose blood is that? There's no zombies around here.
There's nothing
That's
around
my
here.
blood.
That's my blood. I felt like.
How'd you call me on your cell phone, Dave? Yeah, power's still up, I guess.
We're doing good over here, actually. Actually, doing really good over here. I know you guys are suffering a little bit, but like I don't feel the need to even leave right now. I don't feel. Wow. So yeah, we have to pick out a rally point.
We do?
Yeah. I have two other individuals that would. I guess we have to bring their family too. But
Gosh.
I know it's going to get busy.
It's getting heavy.
It's going to get busy. But then
We're
we're going to go.
We got to ration the food and water.
No, we don't. We'll take. Yeah. No. This is.
Well, yeah, but it's not
this is-
unlimited.
This is an apocalypse. No,
Unless you've got some new technology to like.
this. Okay, so
Convert.
we're going to go up north. We have to head up to my place, and we will live off the fat of the land. No, we will not do that, but we will. So that's the thing. You're right. It's not unlimited. However, you just have to take what you can take. You know, so that's what we're gonna have to do. You just plan for.
We're going to stop at West Branch in the strip mall, and we're going to take it all.
No, it's already gonna be gone. You invade and destroy and crush and burn. Raise it to the ground. Anything
Who lives
that's-
and who dies? That we
anything
encounter.
within
That
your-
when we come across people who are also trying
liberals.
to survive.
No, dang it! I did it again.
Liberals.
Like it's not even the same game, Dave.
We're not playing the game anymore, Dave. This is real life.
Yeah, no.
This is real life zombie apocalypse
This
stuff.
is real life zombie apocalypse talk, Dave. Whoever gets in your way. This is a free for all, man. Like we're talking about like the ultimate. Like this is it, right? I mean, this is like there
So
is
you-
no
there's
coming
three-
back
who-
from this. It's not like in a year from now
There's
things are
three
gonna be back to
families.
normal.
But would you build like a community?
There's
Would
three,
you build like a community?
You would have
that-
to build a community.
more
Yeah.
than the three families. There'd be four families. Do I know any of the other two families that were coming with us?
Guys,
Who's all
we're
coming
gonna have
with
to
us?
share wives on this one. We have to start.
We have to start over.
Look,
to repopulate
guys,
the earth.
we have to. You're like, Dave, I don't.
It's all part of our team
I
building,
don't
guys.
think- I'm not sure you get this, Dave. I think.
And I am the Messiah. And
right.
wait, this
And-
sounds like a cult,
and
Dave.
we have to
There's no
bone.
zombies.
I have to bone and everything.
What if that was the symbol of the cult? Is a flag with a bone,
Just like a big thigh bone, you know?
guarding the property. Everywhere is like these. Like we build walls with bone. Just
I wear
flags with
purple
bones.
robes and
I have to go hunt the deer meat.
acolyte freaking robes.
Wait,
and
can we
stuff.
be like Native Americans? Can we make that? Can we?
You
wait,
live off.
We make the
however
women
you-
do all the work, right?
Yeah. Ooh, and they have to chew on the animal skin. That's how, like that. They mash it down. Like that's. I think that's what. Isn't that the thing?
I think they do that.
Yeah. So that's what they have to do.
Seen it in movies.
Yeah, they have to do that, and they have to. Ooh,
Wait,
they have
do we
to
hunt?
wash our pots and pans by the creek.
Yes,
They have to,
and we have to come up with names of what we first see them doing.
and that's how we will name them.
Like, cries because there's no more purses. That's
was your
Joyce's name.
What was
Like,
your
that's
name
like
again?
The whole thing.
What was yours? Rifter?
Well,
Yours-
this is all bets are off.
No, you guys would just be known as your original
Star Lord
names.
and Rifter.
Star-Lord
That doesn't
and
sound
Rifter.
very apocalyptic.
Yeah,
It'd just be funny.
No,
though.
we're speak English here, but like,
Yeah.
we have to be named about what
We're
what
speak
we
English
do.
here.
We speak our English. Listen, like so, I would be cries a lot at the apocalypse, and
they just call me the boner.
you're the boner.
Good luck, everybody!
No. That's,
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. Wow.
So there's 4 families to start. I don't even know.
your
do
wife
I-
would be washes with Brillo. That's how it,
sends still sends cards to people in need. Wait,
too.
there's no post office anymore.
She's like, we just have
She
to
raises
deliver.
carrier pigeons to send kind messages to people.
She's always like rolling them up.
It is 4:25. By the way.
Okay, fine.
Oh man, okay. Do I know these people that are coming with us? Do I'm meeting at the rally point?
You will know them, Mike. In the end, you'll know them.
But see, we can't just hold on. We
Whoa,
couldn't just
you're not
pick
invited.
people. We couldn't just
Oh wait,
pick people.
we have to invite him.
Wait,
Because of the strain, we're immune to it.
of course we're immune.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
use-
invited.
use
You're
my
back
blood
in.
to make antibodies.
You were out.
what
You were
about
out,
your
but you're
girlfriend?
back in.
But
She
here's the
can't
thing.
come, dude.
Her
Sorry.
family can because guess
Her
what?
family can't
Listen
come.
to this.
Oh my
There's
God!
too many people.
See, you're already adding.
Her dad repairs cars. He knows how to fix all mechanical issues.
So people
we
have to
some-
have a use.
People need a use. Exactly. People to
So
procreate.
since we're not podcasting, you're not coming.
So it's almost like
Ah, dang it. It's all come clear to me now.
It's like, but I want a videography, the whole thing. I want to do like.
I wanna do
we
a
need,
short doc.
We need to document.
The Cannes Film Festival's still going to happen, right?
We need to.
I can still make a
imagine?
submission.
We need to document what happens for the future.
No, we don't. This is
No,
business.
we don't.
This
We're
is
gonna
business.
hunt
because
And bone
no, we're gonna bone
and repopulate
hunt.
the earth.
And nobody is gonna want to know the things
And
we
he's
had
going to wear a
do.
purple robe.
Yeah.
And he's going to rule the world as
And
the
you're
Messiah.
the Messiah.
No, he is.
No, I am.
Oh, you are. I missed that part.
I'm
You're
Christ
out.
out of the
He's back
apocalypse.
out. He's back out.
Listen here,
Hey,
Christ out
hey,
of the
give that-
apocalypse. We need some deer meat.
Hey, give the dad a call. I want to talk to him, not you. He's in. You're out. I don't know what to do right now.
Wouldn't that be
Nope.
something? Is
Okay,
it your
yeah.
girlfriend and her family get to come, but you
And
have
then
to
you
stay?
just you just.
Well, he has
kick
to
me
be now
out.
because again, he's part of the strain that.
I have a place.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
Antibodies.
En route to the rally point, I have access to some big vehicles where I know where they're stored. I'm not going to give it away.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I can't give it away. Some rations, boats.
See, but if we're
and armored vehicles.
So do me a favor. Okay, so obviously you're not going to spill this.
I wanna
think
bring
We
it.
talked about this a little bit.
I
No,
wanna
no,
bring
no,
it
no.
to the table.
How about this? You find a place a mile away or a half mile away from that location, and that's going to be our rally point.
Easy.
And
Done.
then
it's
that's
kind of
where we're
concealed
going to take
too.
it.
Yes.
And then we'll go up north.
From there.
Yep.
Yep. Got it.
But are there other people with access to that location?
It doesn't
as well?
matter. That's why.
Because
that's
we'd
why
have
we
to kill
need
them.
We need.
We'd have to kill them.
Yes, I know. I was trying to be nice about this.
And I'm a
but
better.
We're gonna
I'm a
murder
better shot
everybody.
than him.
that is so.
It is
not
so true.
Oh my
We need to make a
goodness.
video about
We're
it.
gonna
so
do a
I can-
video. I'm
so
gonna.
I can destroy you.
I
Can
already did a video competing with the chief of police. I beat him. I'm gonna beat you when the pressure's on. I shoot very well, and I'm gonna put it between the eyes of that target, and you are gonna
Nah,
suck.
I'm gonna win.
A zombie
A
apocalypse.
zombie target. Dave,
yeah.
you want to compete with us?
I can't barely see anymore. I need glasses. I'm not going to lie.
You
to
can wear
can go-
glasses.
I'm
Get
not gonna lie.
prescription
Let's
eyewear.
let's be
We can
honest.
go to like the thrift store and buy him like the $2 pair of glasses.
I already have those, but let's be honest. I'm lucky to be alive.
Because we need to be able to shoot in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. No, we're going to get that taken care of.
Okay.
I have all my readers. I'm
We
gonna bring
need
my readers.
we need the those bullet makers that way we can reuse.
I know
shells.
somebody.
I know
somebody
somebody with
who
that.
has the equipment.
Yep.
We're not keeping that person. I already know how to use the equipment.
But I like him.
You know,
He's a
like,
really good shot too,
no,
and
no.
he's got motorcycles, like dirt bikes.
Yes,
Those are
and-
very useful.
and we will take them. What are you?
I
not
can't kill
understanding?
this guy and take his bikes, man. I
I'll
love him.
do it.
All right.
You're so agreeable. all
Cries
of
a
a
lot
sudden.
at the apocalypse. That's me. It's me. I can't. I'm too nice.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Okay, so you're like, why? Again, these listeners that are gluttons. We need a nickname for our audience. I mean, it's like we
Oh,
punish.
yeah.
We punish them.
Yeah,
Punish them, and they're like they take it. You know.
Yeah,
like,
they do. They're such good sports.
Because they never know what they're walking into. The title means nothing.
They know what they're walking into, which is this big mess
What's
of
happening
nothingness.
right
Yeah,
now?
this ball of
This ball of
it's
whatever.
It's like a ball of politics. It's just garbage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Just garbage.
Yeah.
Just crumple it up. But
Throw it away.
not really. Just keep
Yeah,
listening.
please do.
We gotta at least get to Thailand 2021.
Oh, we'll make it.
Somebody just told me this week.
If we have to do that during the
Thailand was one of the
apocalypse,
best
we'll do it.
vacations they ever had.
I know somebody who's in Thailand or just coming back now. They loved it.
Man,
I know.
maybe it's worth it.
Again.
Legally this time. you're like, why are they talking about the zombie apocalypse? Like,
That's
whatever.
a good lead-in.
Notice we didn't mention that stupid show about it because screw them.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about Walking Dead.
Dang it!
I
Dang
said
it!
I did it.
We
Bang
promised. We pinky swore. We have a guest. If guys that have been listening to the show, you know that we have had.
Carl!
Wow!
Carl!
Stop it!
Get down now! Carl's gonna be alright. Carl. We'd have lost Carl if not for him. Carl's safe. To save Carl's life, I would have done anything. Anything.
This is great.
It's Carl. Can't go around.
That was perfect.
Oh, you, sir, are getting close to getting a raise.
You deserve a raise. You're not going to get one, but you deserve one today.
We just want to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Publicly.
You can cut this, though, right?
Yeah. You guys, if that have followed our show, know that we have talked about this a little bit in the past, preppers versus being prepared.
Yeah.
We talked to author G. Michael Hopp before, who has a series of books that are in the post-apocalyptic
God, he's awesome.
genre.
Yep.
Fun guy to talk to, smart guy, funny guy.
This guy better be as good.
This guy better be as good. No pressure.
No,
he doesn't
not
hear
at
us,
all.
so we can say whatever we want about him ahead of time.
for sure. But that's a good lead-in.
But Jake James, you will also remember him. He came in and he brought props from movies that he has placed.
I was so
And,
excited. I've shown people that.
yeah,
you know.
he's connected to a lot of different people in his line of work, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think you guys would like this guest." He wrote a book called Going Home, and there's a whole series of books which have sold over 1 million copies, and it's in this. He's the Angry American, and it's spelled wrong. Well, if you're trying to spell angry the correct way. So there's a story behind it.
I thought it was
here.
going to be American with a K. Darn it.
Doggone it. Just when I thought I liked the guy. So we're going to ring him up on the old Skypes
Give it a little ring-a-ding-ding.
and see what happens. I don't know if this is going to be, if you'll see him or not.
He better be good.
Or else.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
Oh,
Give me
here
1
we-
second.
well,
We
wow.
just touted.
Oh, my God. Mantis
How good
is
you were. We
pissed.
sang your
General
praises.
Mantis is pissed.
I'm literally.
Look at how General Mantis is looking at you right now.
I'm loading up.
It's
his,
with disdain.
I'm loading up his book
matter
for
which
him.
way you
the
go.
book title. That way, when he comes on, I can show it.
Oh, that's impressive.
His eyes
Yeah.
follow me everywhere I go.
All right, here we go.
Can't
We're
escape
calling.
it. Boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Theme song.
Boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. This is his book, by the way. There it is.
Hey, man.
Angry American.
There I am. There you are.
Here we are. Hey, can I say your real first name, or maybe you have a fake first name on Skype anyway? Can I say it?
Oh, no. Yeah, you can say my name. Yeah, my name's Chris, so I don't hide it. It's just when I wrote my first book, I wrote it under it was a username on a website, and that's just how everybody knew me, so.
And the username was Angry American?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hear there is a story behind the misspelling of angry.
It's not misspelled. See, that's the story. It's spelled correctly.
Enlighten me. And I seen this and I asked Jake about it. I was like, is the guy smart or he's misspelled angry? So that's just like, I mean, he's an author. Someone should proofread his name.
I don't mean you're smart. I don't mean you're smart at all.
So yeah, what's the story behind that?
Definition for that spelling of angry comes from the Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
And
that's a
the
dangerous water to tread
definition
into.
for angry- Yeah, well, that's where I took it from because it's kind of funny. So it's a sarcastic, condescending, or taunting use of the word angry used on someone who is angry over something trivial or insignificant. And at the time,
Nice.
when I did that, politicians don't take a lot of our concerns seriously.
What?
Wait a second.
Come
Hold
on.
Hold on.
It's news.
All of a sudden you're going
I
to
hate to
say
break
that
it to you.
all of a sudden you're going to say that career politicians are only concerned about themselves
Fake
and
news.
maintaining their power. Come on now.
Yeah, there's no Easter Bunny either, guys. So.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Wait,
I'm out of
why'd
here.
you come on here to break my heart? Well, that's cool. So I'm Mike. This is Dave.
Hey.
Dave is the I tried to find a beautiful
So
woman to
Dave
be
is-
my co-host,
oh.
but I got Dave.
Yeah, that did not work out well for him, I can assure you.
It's literally the
Yeah,
opposite of what I was going for.
I could tell by his voice that that didn't work out well.
Yeah. Good point.
So we kind of prefaced with our listening audience that you wrote a book called Going Home, correct?
Yeah, that's
And,
the first one.
and
Yep.
it's been a whole series of books since then. So I guess lay the groundwork for how you stumbled into deciding to write a book and why you chose that topic, and sort of like a little bit about who the heck you are and why you're doing what you do.
Well, I wasn't writing a book at the time. I was just writing a story for fun, just shits and giggles, and it just took on a life of its own. I was a member of a forum, like a survival forum is what it was, and they had a fiction section, and lots of people were writing stuff in there. And one night I was just like, what the hell, I'm going to write one. And that's how I got started. And before I was done, it had like 2 million views online.
Wow.
And people were urging me to publish it. And I told them no.
Was it like a continuous story, like you would just keep updating it, or like, because you said it was on a forum, is this something you could just keep adding to and people were like, kind of getting involved as you're writing, or?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And it was just a lot of fun. I mean, so many people were involved in it, and really they got vested into the story. And I would update it, every day, other day, every couple days, whatever. If I went more than about 3 days without posting, people started sending me hate mail. And
Impatient.
You're getting
I
notes
wrote the
notes
whole
written
thing.
in magazine letters in your mailbox, like
They're
we're
going
gonna
to be
kill
failures at the apocalypse because they have no patience at all.
you. Yeah.
All we have is time.
no, they don't. No, they don't have no patience. I mean, they're ready for the end of the world, and by God, they want it now. And so I wrote the whole thing like 135,000 words in like 90 days online. Just
Wow.
posting a little bit.
Oh my
Do you feel
gosh.
like I don't want to kind of like interrupt the flow, but do you feel like you would have never done that if you weren't a part of that online group, or kind of like being urged along to get it done?
Yeah, it probably would have never happened. I mean, because I remember the night I started it. It was 11:30 at night. I was sitting in the living room. I had a bottle of whiskey beside me, and I went, "What the hell? I'm going to write a story."
You sound like
And,
my kind of guy.
I like it already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how most of it happened. Me sitting in hotel rooms usually, because I traveled a lot for work, and I'd be sitting in a hotel room half shit faced, and
Nice.
and the original rough draft really showed that quality of writing too.
Was it handwritten and it just turns into like lines?
It's on napkins. And
Yeah.
that you just like
Grammar? What's grammar? What's a comma? I don't know
you
what
just
that is.
scan napkins with your writing on it and throw it on the forum.
The night was dark and.
So where are you from? You sound like you have a little bit of a
Squirrel.
twang.
I live in Florida, and I was
Yeah.
born in Florida, and I keep coming back for this godforsaken swamp for some reason or another. I don't know why. I keep leaving it. I keep coming back. But I live down here in God's waiting room. So
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of Michiganders do go down there. I travel to Tampa for business regularly. I was just down there last week.
no, really, okay, yeah, Tampa. That's a good place not to go.
So when did you start this? When did you start this writing? As far as like this forum or whatever, did you write recreationally like before that, just kind of jitter around, or was this like your first actual attempt at writing something?
No, I was a member of a writing website previously, and I kind of piddled around with it a little bit. But I started writing that story. I guess it's about 7 years ago now.
Okay.
6 years ago, and I wrote the whole thing online, and like I said, people were urging me to publish it, and I'm like, no, I'm no writer. Nobody's gonna pay money for this garbage. Just leave me alone. And they were really, really persistent. One of my friends posted my PayPal account. People started sending me money, and then I felt obligated. And I'm like, all right, look, I'll publish this. Just shut up and leave me alone, And and so I did. I paid a lot of money. I got ripped off. Really bad deal that I had there, and because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to make it
with a publishing deal.
Well, what they called back then, what they would call a vanity press. So I paid like $6,000 to have it turned into a book.
Okay.
I
I do the same thing myself nowadays for less than $2,000 because I pay a very good, expensive editor to make it readable.
Right.
So you basically
But,
turned it into your own Ponzi scheme. So now you do it to other young new writers. So you make the money now.
Now who's
I
who's
should be doing
boss?
it.
You
That's a
should.
good idea. That's a good idea.
So when
But no, it
go ahead.
it got on Amazon. You know, it's part of that deal. It went on Amazon.
Right.
And you know, this is how smart I was. I paid these guys $6,000 to make it a book, and they kept like half the royalties that the book made too. I was just real intelligent back then. But it went on Amazon. It started making money. The first month, I was like, hey, there's something to this. People
Right.
are actually buying this thing.
Yeah.
And then about 6 weeks later, Penguin Books called and made an offer. And I told them no.
That seems to be
did you still not believe that like this was something that could happen or what?
No, actually, the reason I told them no is I was making more than they offered me on Amazon.
I
at the
Right.
time. And
that seems to be the thing. Like, are you familiar with G. Michael Hopf?
oh yeah, Jeff's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Okay, so like you guys aren't mortal enemies or something. Like fight you had.
No, well, he hates me because I got him his deal with Penguin as well. And
Oh, I was just gonna say, like when we talked to him before, he was saying the same thing. Like, and I have Dave here has written. I don't know if you wanted people to know this publicly. You have written something that you want to do, and I have self-published a book, hard copy before, completely just like just more like a tribute book in law enforcement, and then I wrote edited a book of stories for funny stories for law enforcement, and I just went the Amazon route without worrying about anybody publishing because I think that the old school publishers are just outdated model.
well, they still have their use, and until we can get past one last hurdle with them,
Which is
getting on the bookshelf.
I
Getting
see.
on the shelf of Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Hudson News, whatever bookstore you liked. You know, Penguin got me into Walmart. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I was everywhere. And I did 5 books with them of my series, and then we were negotiating a contract, and we had a difference of opinion, let's call it. And I decided to, like, with no forethought, like everything I do, no forethought, no planning. I'm like, I'm just going to do it a different way. And I hung up the phone. And then I was like, oh, damn, what did I just do? That was a lot of money they were offering. And so I started self-publishing them, and then that's what I do now. So,
Would you say that as an established writer now, would you say kind of it's the hardcover books are kind of on the way out, the way of the dodo or whatever you want to call that, where people are just going right to that ebooks, that format way more so than hardcover now? Because like I can tell you now that the only way I used to read when I was younger, I stopped reading for a long time. I got an iPad. This was like the first generation. So this was a while back, not a long time ago, but I started reading again. And it was only because of that format that I started reading again. And I'm back to loving reading books. So, but I wouldn't go back to a hardcover. What do you think about that?
well, you know, hardcover physical sales have always been about a third of what print sales are.
Okay.
And so I'm looking right now. Let me see here.
I'm actually surprised by that. I don't know why. I figured it'd be like maybe 25% or whatever. Is it shrinking or is it
it's
still
pretty
going?
impressive.
Really? It is impressive. Right.
Yeah, I was surprised because, like, right now, I actually, in my last book, which I made the comment to somebody else, I've got more in print sales at the moment than I have in ebook sales.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting.
So it's
That
still
is interesting,
going.
yeah.
It's still going strong. Good.
Oh,
Awesome. So
Yeah,
when
it's
did
going
the
great.
first book come out? And we got obviously in full disclosure, almost just like with G, we didn't read any of his stuff before we talked to him. We just like tried to find common ground, and we're doing this. I mean, I don't know what the pilot term is, but we're flying blind here.
Yeah.
We're landing in the dark. We haven't read any stuff. I actually got the Going Home book yesterday, but I haven't read it yet. And I did the same thing. We actually scrapped the first interview with G because the audio was messed up.
Yeah.
I read some stuff, and then we re-interviewed him. But I'm going to be reading your book. But when did it first come out?
2012, I think.
Oh,
was when it first came out. So I was writing it in like 2011, probably. You know, I would imagine somewhere around there.
nice. And how many
So,
books are in the
actually-
series total?
There's 9 right now in the series.
Wow. Have you started
So
different
it's-
series also, or is that just kind of you continue the line, the lineage, if you
No,
will?
I've got like 15 books total. I've co-wrote a couple. I co-wrote one with Jeff Hoff, and I've got another 2 standalone books, and I've got another series. It's a spinoff from this one that I co-write with another guy as well. And I'm currently working on 4 books right now. One is a sequel to one of my standalones, then the 10th book in the series, then another spinoff, and then another spinoff. So people want certain things, and I'm trying to give them what they want. So
Is it easy to kind of change gears like that? Like it just seems very difficult to do 4 books at one time. It is, maybe because I'm an idiot and I can't actually do more
That's
than
true.
one thing.
You are an idiot. You
But-
couldn't do that.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. I mean, that takes a lot of patience, a lot of focus, and the ability to kind of just completely change directions. Is that, what is that like to do that?
yeah, it can be challenging at times. But what I try to do is I'll work on one for a couple 3-4 hours or whatever, take a break, go out back and shoot something or something like that, distract myself, and then come back in and work on another one. So I don't work on all 4 in the same day. Generally, that's just too much. You got too much time invested in researching what you're going to be doing and keeping caught up and and reading back through where you left off to get back up to speed, things like that. So I generally try to work on at least 2 of them a day.
Do you try to like hash out like certain situations in the books or the novels, like in one, like you go, okay, I'm going to try to get to this point, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, if I'm like on a roll, like with a particular scene or something, I'll work until I finish that for sure. But I don't outline the books or nothing. I have plot points. I don't know when, where, or how they fit into the book. I just try to get them worked in, and it generally works out. Like I'll know that, all right, in this book I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and I just kind of follow the characters around and write down the crap they do in my head. So,
And then John ate spaghetti. What?
yeah.
That'd be like my book if I was trying to write fiction. Like,
Mike's like, man, I really want John to eat spaghetti. How do I fit?
how do
this
I
in
gotta
here?
work that in, man? Because if this John in my head, he loves spaghetti.
The guy loves spaghetti.
That guy just can't get enough. He's always at these Italian joints. Like, you got to try this new spaghetti. Like, yeah, that would be
Oh, yeah.
me. Like, I would totally lose focus.
I'll come up with like some one-liner that I'm like, oh man, like Sarge, he has to say that, and I just have to figure out a way to make that happen. And I'll put a lot of work in to get a one-liner in a book because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, but
So, yeah.
it's funny that you say that. Actually, I love that though. Like those are like those little lines, those little one-liners are what kind of separate books like yours with like that mainstream cookie cutter stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just those little things that people really catch. So I love that.
Well, the more human you make the characters, the more real, because reality is always stranger than fiction. I mean, you just can't make some of the stuff up that happens.
Right,
right.
for sure.
And so I'm always keeping my eyes and ears open for the ridiculous, the off the wall, and figure out a way to try to get those into my books. So, because it adds a level of character color to the story that is really hard to put there. To force in, you let it happen naturally, and it just comes off better. So.
So what's the premise for those that might be like, oh, maybe I'll check this guy out? How would you describe, in a to them what is Going Home all about?
Yeah, the story centers. It's an EMP style event. So, and I was one of the first ones to do that. There's a zillion books out there now. I did mine right after 1 second after it came out. So, he had done his first, and then I followed up with mine. And so it's an EMP event, and the main character, his name's Morgan Carter, and he's about 250 miles from home when it happens. And the reason for that was when I started writing this, I was just kind of doing a war game in my head, a what if, what would I do sort of thing, and I just wrote it down. So he's 250 miles from home, and in the first book, it's all about him just trying to get back to his family, and on foot. I mean, he walks almost the whole 250 miles across Florida to try to get back to his family. And then the quick books pick up with, him being home and trying to deal with neighbors and friends and things and trying to rebuild society. And there's an undertone of the story, though, that the federales are not always looking out for our best interest, or if they they are, they're going to do it in a manner that we may not necessarily want or appreciate, or be in our best interest. And so that's an undercurrent of the books too. So it's just, imagine the U.S. being plunged back, 150 years in a blink of an eye, overnight.
With awesome guns.
No power. Yeah. Lots of guns. Yeah.
I love it. So, like in real life, do you consider yourself a survivalist, just a common sense prepared guy, or a prepper, like full on, like the TV show
buried silos, and
I prefer the term survivalist myself because I was a survivalist back in like 1990. I've been doing this stuff that long.
Yeah.
I've studied
You made it out of the
primitive-
80s. You're a survivalist, sir.
Yes. I practiced primitive skills, wild edible plants, all the way up to building solar systems for my house. So I do it all. I have my own freeze dry machine. I freeze dry my own food and store it away. I do all kinds of stuff. So I like the term survivalist because that means I intend to live through whatever it is. If prepper, I always look at, you're getting ready, but do you plan to live through it? I kind of do. So I like the term survivalist myself. And I'm not scared of it. I'm not politically correct either.
Would you consider yourself like a conspiracy theorist, or are you more just like a realist and you feel like, hey, I'm just like a normal guy that, just wants to be ready for what life or others might throw at me?
Yeah, that's it. Well, it is. I'm not into conspiracy theories at all. I don't entertain them.
Did we land on the moon?
Stop.
Yeah. Yes, we landed.
Okay.
I don't know how the wind blew that flag around.
Did Elon Musk put a Tesla in space?
Yeah, he did. I don't know why. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway.
Because he could.
Because that made some awesome memes. That's why.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Here's my Tesla. I'm going to put it up there so radiation can destroy it. But Florida. That's what's going to happen to it. It's going to fall apart up there. I live in Florida, so my impetus was preparing for hurricane season every year. I've got a wife and 3 daughters now, but back then I didn't have kids, and so but still I wanted to get through hurricane season without suffering too badly. Summertime in Florida sucks.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It coincides with hurricane season, so.
That's a really good point. See, like in Michigan, we don't really have a lot of that going on. The hurricanes, that doesn't really happen in Michigan, obviously.
That'd be something.
So I can completely see how there's just certain areas of the country that need to be a little bit more prepared for a lack of power or food or water for however amount of time. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could feasibly be a month. So yeah, that makes complete sense. I didn't even think about that because I'm an idiot. So. But we've already established that.
If you live in Puerto Rico, it can be a year. Think about it. It just depends on the level of what happens. And the last hurricane that come through here that devastated Puerto Rico, we lost power. I wasn't in my house. I went somewhere else to ride the storm out just because I was kind of worried about the strength of it. But I came home about 7 o'clock in the morning as soon as the wind died down enough, and in 15 minutes I had the power back onto my house through generators and stuff, and I went and took a nap. I was this is over. I'm going to bed now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just about being prepared for whatever may happen, and for me, it encompasses all aspects of my life. What I carry in my car and how I prepare for a road trip. I just took a 6,000 mile road trip for 2 weeks, and just for me, it infiltrates everything I do. Thought processes everything. I do a lot of what ifs and just try to be the good Boy Scout. Be prepared for whatever may come down the pipe. Not necessarily the Russians invading. I'm not preparing for that. But
right. But you could be ready if it had to be.
Oh, I could be. I was just out in the backyard shooting my AK. So
that's what I'm saying. Well, does your wife and kids think you're crazy, or do they say, you know what, this guy gets it and we are on board 100%, or does she just go, it's just what he does?
Yeah, he's touched. She back in the early 90s, my wife thought I was loony. But after 27 years of marriage, she's finally on board.
Dang,
and
you
my
got
kids,
us beat.
They were always into it because hurricanes would come through Florida, knock out the power, and my kids, that was fun because Dad had all this cool stuff that they never got to use unless the power was out, and they got cool things, and it was a lot of fun, and so they used to look forward to hurricane season. Because I'm like, yeah, you guys think this is fun because you ain't got to do nothing. So they all get it. They're all on board. They're all on board, and they're all characters in my books too. So
Oh, see, that's
they think
awesome.
That's kind of cool.
So after 27 years
Yeah,
of marriage,
oh, yeah.
your wife already knows that you're crazy, just in a different way.
Yeah, she's accepted it.
Yeah,
She knows
right.
She can't change at this point, so it's either go along with the loony train or off the train, and that means she'd have to get a job. She's
Yeah,
not gonna do
see,
that.
forget that.
All right,
I got
the real question burning in my mind right now is what whiskey fueled the story? Because
Nice.
I'm a Kentucky bourbon guy these days. Like it's where I'm at. It's the zone I'm in. And Dave over here
Likes
is more of
everything.
this. You do like everything, but you drink this Lafroig Highlands of Scotland stuff that smells like Band-Aids,
Delicious.
real peaty. I don't like it.
Ugh.
Yeah, thank
whiskey
you.
whiskey is not cooked in dirt. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about this.
It has always been cooked in
Whiskey's
dirt.
Whiskey's made in one place, and that's Kentucky.
Oh my goodness,
But
I
will
love
enjoy-
you.
I will enjoy some rye every now and then.
Would
I
you
gotta
like
follow
to
some
host a
Mississippi.
podcast with me so I can get rid of my other friend?
I am right here.
If you're gonna drink that Scottish swill, there's only one that's acceptable.
What's
and That's
that?
25-year-old Macallan.
Oh,
Yeah,
McAllen's
McAllen's
good.
good.
McAllen's good.
I'll come drink it with you. So
McAllen's good. There's no, but I like bourbon too. So, and my actual go-to drink is a bourbon. So,
Yeah.
I
I just don't. My go-to drink is the bourbon, but I don't drink the Lafroig. I don't drink peaty stuff. Just not my thing.
Hey, if you guys can't appreciate, alcohol, then that's fine. I mean, if you guys want to be picky, choosy, fine. I mean, I'm not going to drink in Ciroc or anything.
I'm not picky or choosy. I'm looking at my bar right here in my office, and I've got 9 bottles of bourbon on my bar. I'm not picky. They're all different.
They're all different.
Well, Mike's got Mad Dog and just little things like that. It's just
I got
awkward.
some
Bartles and James.
I got some
Zima.
old Zima stuff. Yeah, like
Yo, man. Ooh,
well, I got Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like the different, the usuals. All right. Well, so where can people go? Where would you want them to go to get your book or books?
The best place is the all-encompassing Amazon, of course, because everything's there. So
True.
my first 5 books could be found pretty much anywhere, from Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon, wherever. From 6 forward, everything's pretty much just Amazon. They do eventually find their way to the Barnes & Noble platform. It just takes longer because Amazon has figured out that if they incentivize you to keep your book exclusive to them, you'll do that. So that's what a lot of folks do nowadays. And I do it too for the first 90 days, and then I move them out to other platforms.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I for one am certainly a customer at this point, and am going to dive into going home hopefully tonight a little bit, and then through the weekend. How long is it? Am I going to be able to read it that fast?
Maybe it's about like I said, it's about 34,000 words, give or take, something like that. And so
It's like 4 or 5.
some people do.
I mean,
people,
a
couple days. If you're powering through it, I've got a bunch of overachievers out there that read the books in a day.
30 minutes later, they're giving a review. Like, wait a second.
Oh, yeah.
I tell them there's no prize at the bottom of the box. Just take your time.
You can savor it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy it like a fine bourbon.
Yeah.
Like a fine
it takes me
whiskey.
Nowadays, it's taking me 4, 5, 6, sometimes months to write one of the damn things.
Yeah.
Give it a minute. Let it breathe. So.
Yeah. Put it down, pick it back up again later. Come on, relax. As long as you pick up all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy them all at one time.
Well, do you have
take your time?
Do you have a favorite book that you wrote that you just one that you just go that was the best I've ever done. That was my opus.
Well, my favorite book right now is probably Going Home, but I do not consider myself a very good writer. I truly don't. And a lot of people enjoy them, and they tell me they're great, and I appreciate that. But I've always said to myself that if I ever write the one that I think is really good, one or two things will happen. It's either going to be a flop, or it'll be hugely successful.
Yeah.
I mean, I like all my books, but I always feel like I'm not getting enough into them. But there's a diehard, dedicated, loyal fan base to them, and I can't thank all of them enough because they're the ones that allow me to do this and not have to have a real job and be an adult. So I can't thank them enough.
Well, I can tell you that on Amazon, you say you're not a very good writer, but I believe the 4.5 stars out of
1,728
1,728 reviews.
I thought you said you couldn't read that far without your bifocals.
No,
but
I
you're
told you
doing
I
pretty
have a
good.
sweet spot. It's from like 3 to 10 feet, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So-
there.
Well, you want to know the trick about Amazon reviews is
Write them
they
yourself.
They deleted about 5,000 of them.
Really?
Off of that book.
Nice.
Off of that book alone, they deleted 5,000 reviews.
That's because
And
it
I
was the
don't know
same
why.
troll.
There's a time when people were paying for reviews. I've
Yeah.
never ever done that. I've never done that. But they did, and I'm fighting with Amazon now about why they deleted them. I've had fans contact me and say, "Hey, man, they deleted my review on Amazon and they won't let me review it again."
Huh. Yeah,
So-
that sucks.
Is it space?
I'm-
I mean,
yeah. No.
No,
What
I
I think part of what it is now Amazon looks at like your Facebook page, and if you're a friend on Facebook, they consider you a that's
Oh,
annoying.
yeah.
They consider you like your family or something like, and they won't let them review them.
Was that your
I'm
satellite phone?
Dealing with Amazon. No, yeah, man.
That's somebody calling you to meet at the rally point for
The
surviving.
balloon went up. Wait a minute.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Mike's just rude.
But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't keep the satellite phone like charged up out here. It's a Faraday cage. But what were you talking about?
You basically, there's people. If you're friends on Facebook, then they kind of consider that bias or something, maybe.
Yeah. They. It's like having a family member review. They wouldn't let a family member leave a review for you either. So I think I call BS on that personally, and I'm trying to get my reviews restored. Because I should have close to 7,000 reviews on them.
So, quick question on the paperback version on Amazon. Do you use CreateSpace to do that, or if you have a separate printer that prints it and ships it to Amazon?
No, I use CreateSpace. I am toying with the idea of a printer to do it third party. And nowadays, there's avenues to do it, but again, it's hugely expensive. It's a massive upfront investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the best place to get it done, well, not the best place, the cheapest place to get it done nowadays is, of course, in China. And they're putting out some quality books, but you've got to order 10,000 of them out of the gate.
Exactly. Yeah, I ran into that problem with our tribute book. It was like you had to do 2,000 of them to make it worth it, and yeah, it's just. But on the other one, I use CreateSpace, so I was just curious about that, but. Man, I appreciate you taking time out of your day and chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you.
No, absolutely, guys. Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on. It's been awesome.
And if you are ever in Metro Detroit, then come into studio and hang out, and we'll drink good bourbon and make fun of Dave.
I'll drink bourbon. I like bourbon.
As much as I would like to make fun of Dave and drink bourbon, you will never, ever catch me in Metro Detroit.
Really?
What?
So
Really?
I don't
man.
spend much time in Metro anything. I'm not a fan of city limits signs, so I try to stay away from them. I do have to go to LA next month, and I'm dreading.
Oh, I hate LA. I hate it.
God, I hate LA. Yep, same.
Yeah.
I think
I
we can
do
all
not
agree.
like it. I do not like it, and I got to go there in June, I think, and I am not looking forward to it.
I'm not looking forward to it either. I don't want to go. My wife, she's never been to California, so I'm going to take her and at least one of my daughters, maybe two of them. And but I don't want to go. I live out in the sticks for a reason. I like it out here. It's quiet. It's slower. I can pee in the yard. And, that's why I live out here. That's why I'm here. So.
Well, I hate LA so much that I feel bad for you guys that you have to go to LA. So that's how much I hate LA.
Well, see, it's for a good reason. I'm
It
going
is.
because we are working on getting this turned into a TV series.
Oh, giddy up.
Yeah, that would be great then. Good
Yeah.
for you.
There's interest in it. There's a little momentum behind it. I got a lot to do yet, but I know that when it happens, it'll be hugely successful and it'll change. The Walking Dead franchise is dying, and I want to be the replacement.
God, yeah, it
Don't
is.
bring that up. Gosh, those guys ruined that.
Yeah. But I can tell you, I'm excited about
Yeah.
the casting call. I'm excited about my first lead role. I
Yeah,
appreciate
like
that.
you need a cop. Hey, we're legit.
Well, when you read,
You need two cop
when you read
characters.
the books, though. No, I'm not a cop killer, but there's some good cops and there's some bad cops in my book, and so just, you never know which one of those you could be.
We'll flip a coin for who plays what. I can do both.
Yeah. He can, and he does the bad one really, really well. So.
He does a bad one really, really well.
Well, dude, Chris, I thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Angry
thank
American, find him online. There is a Facebook page. When we post this audio and any video clips of this on YouTube, we will link to your website and make sure that we're pushing people to your book. And, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man, and I hope to connect with you again in the future.
Absolutely. At this point, I don't have a choice but to keep doing what I'm doing. I give up the day job, so I gotta keep scribbling this stuff down, and hopefully folks like it. So, but no, it's been awesome, guys. I appreciate talking with you, and thanks for what you guys do. Thanks for working in law enforcement. It's a thankless job these days, especially.
Thanks.
And you guys stay safe when you're on duty, man.
Thank you very much.
We'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
All right, guys. You take care. Thanks
See
a
ya.
lot.
Right. Well, I like him.
He's a nice guy.
You know what? I had a humdinger of a time. I tell you
These
that much.
survivalists are just such friendly folk.
They actually are.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because he's more of a like you said it. Are you the A, the B, or the C? And he's more in the B category. But I don't blame him. I mean, hurricane season. You have to. I mean, we get pissy when our power goes out for 3 days. You know what I mean? Like,
I get pissy when it's out for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, where's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's that same way. So, man, I didn't even think about the kind of the necessity of that. So that's good.
So we got to talk about later on off air our rally points and got to figure the plan out.
Yeah.
I am gonna get this book though, and I'm gonna read it. Are you gonna read it?
I do want to read it.
I actually really want to read this. I don't know why, but I looking at that cover. It's just really enticing to me, and listening to it, I really want to read
I'm
this
fascinated.
now.
I'm fascinated,
and I don't read
to
books.
see if you go through the process of publishing letters that you've written.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm getting ready to publish another one, another revised
really?
and expanded version of "You Can't Make This Stuff Up." The first one, obviously, you can get still on Amazon right now. Ridiculous stories, something, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Whatever I titled it.
Yeah.
And you can still get it. And I use Create.
Oh, you wanted me
Space.
to do that? I forgot. I need to update my Tidy Whitey story.
Yes, that needs to go in there.
Yeah, no, as far as my writing, it's funny because it has been written and I've gone through it, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, and that's a lot because mine's over 100,000 words also.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 118,000 or something like that. And so I've gone through the book several times because I don't have somebody to edit it.
Yeah.
And so I find I did talk to my sister. My sister has done editing before. Not for novels, but for college, papers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she's doing that, and I've been kind of on her. I've been really good, but I'm gonna have to start getting on her about when the hell are you gonna finish this? Because I really would like to just put it out and just see who enjoys the story.
What's not hard
to
get it done. Once it's ready to put in the format, it's basically just formatting it for what they need, right? So, and you need a cover design.
Right. I've even looked into certain artists because we know that's what sells a book a lot too is kind of that visual appearance, that aesthetic. And I've been looking into I saw a guy that I was like, I really like his artwork. I would actually pay to actually have art done by him for it. So I've looked into that. So I'm like, you know how people go, well, that's the first thing I looked at because I want to see what it would look like. No, right. I wrote this thing. I did a lot of blood, sweat, tears. You know what I mean? You know how it is to write something, and I've been through it a ton of times. My sister's had it; she's edited it. I've had other people read it in its rawest form, and I don't even know how they got through it. To be quite honest, I just have no idea because editors will take those things and turn those things into gold, where a lot of that stuff's raw.
Right.
I've had to turn it into something that was raw into something that was readable.
Yeah,
and because I don't have the money for an editor and that kind of stuff, but my sister is doing her best. But she needs to pick it up. My sister needs to pick it up and get me that book back because I do want. I would like to because I started my second book in the series.
Dude, what's what is it about?
It's fantasy.
Let's build a little anticipation here among the crowd.
It's okay. So it's a fantasy book about it's your typical dwarves and elves and that kind of stuff, but it's kind of a different format for that. So you have this, it's like in Bright, like you think of like the elves as like the higher up, like blah blah blahs. In mine, that's not the case at all. So the roles of the races, the fictional races is changed, is different. It's a very dark book, and when I say dark, it's not for kids at all. It's an extremely dark book. It's very violent. It is about a dwarf who is an alcoholic, and he is trying to and he has had without trying to give too much of it away, he has a person that he travels with who is a half ogre, kind of a simpleton, if you want to call it that. And he hates him, and he hates him, and there's reasons why he hates him, and so that ends up eventually starts coming out. But it's like I said, it's a really dark book. It's not like your normal fantasy book at all, and I think people are going to look at it. Like my sister read it, and she doesn't read fantasy, and she goes, Dave, I cannot see how anybody will enjoy this certain part. She goes, people will be disturbed by it, and I said, well, good, because that's what I was going for, so it worked.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like people think that it is. I mean, there's a little magic, but not much. Like, it's just, like I said, it's just different. I think that it's different than any other fantasy-esque book that I've read before, and I've read a lot. So
nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. You know, I said I know it's not a
so basically, really, we
need
it to be edited and a cover.
I have to finish. Yes, exactly.
That's it.
Okay.
Because like I'll tell you right now, like the Kindle thing, you just walk through.
Is it that simple, right?
You just follow the steps.
Really?
Just follow the steps, and there's like third-party software you can get to like make edits. Even like if somebody pointed out, hey, there's a spelling error here, you can fix it, re-upload it, and then like 2 days later, whatever version people are downloading will be the updated version.
Really?
With the fixed, yeah.
Okay. And
then CreateSpace that does the printing on demand, basically. So you're not paying anything up front, but they'll give you the specs of what, like here's the layout, whatever, and you just get the cover design.
I'm going to have to get together with you to talk a little bit more about that. Like I said, I don't have the like I said, she's had it. She's edited it for like grammatical things and it's like some sentence structure, and now she's just trying to put together some of the other stuff. So get on it, woman.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Well, that's another edition, and we just so people know, we don't pay these people to come on. They don't pay us.
No, man.
This is legit. Like we just literally like, hey, a friend of ours that's
and
been
I'm
on the
hardly
show
paid to even be here. On the whole thing
says, hey, I think this guy's an interesting dude to talk to, and we're like, cool, let's talk to him.
I didn't know until just now who it was because I thought it was going to be we were doing something else, and it turns out it was the same guy, but a different thing. It was like, well, okay, let's do this then.
All right, let's do that. Let's do this. So cool. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and I have no idea what's next. We'll let Rick take us out.
Yeah.